This is Tin Caps Baseball on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
Welcome back once again, everybody, to Tin Caps on Deck, the Tin Caps pregame show brought to you, as always, by Hoopy Insurance Services. I'm Mike Maas, and today, once again, we're going to take time out to introduce you, or in this case, reintroduce you to a couple of the members of this team that helped to make it possible for your visit to Parkview Field to be as enjoyable as possible. And this is always a fun one because it's not often I get to interview a husband and wife, but yet that's exactly the case today as we welcome Brent and Melissa Harring to our airwaves. We kidded each other, Melissa. The last 2 years, there's been 4 of us in here. Well, there are 4 of us here today, but not the same 4 as the past 2 years.
You're right, a little different capacity this time.
So you are...
Yes, so Brent and I, will back up a little bit. We got married in 2017, so we're coming up on 9 years. But 4 years ago, we welcomed baby boy into our lives, Bennett, who is the ultimate Tin Caps fan, walking Tin Caps encyclopedia. So we have little Bennett. He just turned 4, and then we've actually got another one on the way. So due at the end of September. Seems like they're timing it well with baseball season here. So yeah, Bennett's not with us today. He has been in the past with interviewing. He's at a lady that takes care of him right now. But yes, our newest addition is with us today.
We should explain to our listeners who haven't heard us chat in the past the 2 different positions that you have within the organization. I've always said, my mom always taught me ladies first. So Melissa, you have a big role. You run a big department. Yeah.
So my official title is the Director of Video Production, but do a lot within that umbrella. I oversee our video production department with also 2 awesome other full-time staff members, Jared Law and Dylan Harring. They help out as well, but an easy way to put it is I oversee what goes up on the big video board here at Parkview Field. In addition to the main board, we've got some other boards around the ballpark, so I help make content for those, oversee the planning on how we can get those utilized, but also we broadcast all of our games as well. We have the video production stream, so work with Jared and Dylan, and then we also have an awesome part-time game day crew that comes in and runs camera for both broadcast and the video boards. So a lot of behind the scenes production stuff, but I also, when it comes to in ballpark and the video board specifically, I work with Tony Desplaines and Jared Parcell. Jared does all of our PA announcing and Tony does all the music. So we're the ones kind of putting on the show besides, what happens between the bases with the team, but yeah, that's the Tin Caps production.
And on the other side of the coin, Brent, you're heavily involved in sales.
Yeah, absolutely. Vice President of Group Ticket Sales. I tell people this is the only full-time job I've ever had, which is good because it might be the only thing in life I know how to do. So, but it's been good. So essentially it's helping people, whether it be season tickets or ticket packages to group outings and things like that. So started in ticket sales with the Wizards back in the day, and at the time I thought, this is a great way to start my career. I'd be here a few years or whatever and then see what was next, and then 18 years later here I am, and met my wife here who's a native of Fort Wayne, and happy to call Fort Wayne home for as long as I have.
And you are a native of the cheese state.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wisconsin.
Now the team with the best record in baseball. I think they overtook the Dodgers yesterday, if I'm not mistaken.
How about that? You being in charge of the sales, and you talk about sales, you're trying to attract not just individuals, but groups, not corporate people, because that's what Dave and Jen do, but you have everybody else. What's the biggest challenge in attracting people to come here to Parkview Field?
Well, the ballpark sells itself. I think there's certainly some competition, or there's a lot of places where if they do a Tin Caps outing one year, they maybe will look to do something different the next year. So it's maybe keeping it fresh, keeping groups wanting to come back year after year. We've done some things over the years trying to freshen it up. Like the Modelo patio, we added that a few years ago. This year we introduced the Appleseed Terrace. So a lot of times when people come as part of a group, like when they come to Parkview Field, you can come and they want an experience not just sitting in a seat. They want to sit in an area where they can like socialize with their friends or coworkers and that kind of thing. So those are the type of spaces that we really look to create. And I really think you could come to a handful of different Tin Caps games in a year, sit in a different spot and have a totally different experience or totally unique experience every time you do come out.
What's the biggest challenge you've had? In terms of feedback from potential ticket buyers, shall we say?
I don't want to be in this area because I don't like where the sun is when the game ends. When the game starts, you can't really move the sun. So that could be a challenge. And just what things can we introduce to help people be more comfortable? So like for something like that, how do you offset something like that? Well, I actually grabbed Melissa's twin brother, who also works here, all in the family here, and we went to Sam's Club a few months ago and got 2 of the biggest patio umbrellas we could buy to put in right field to kind of help with some of the sun shading for one of our areas. So just that type of thing. How can we add different things here or there? We have a great owner who every year likes to put money back into the ballpark, and he seeks our feedback for things like that. And it's great that he listens, and it's great that we have a fund that we can do things like that on.
Melissa, when you talk about everyone that you have upstairs here, 2
Yeah.
booths to our right,
Yeah.
the first thought that came through my mind was if you were an air traffic controller.
Yeah.
Does it feel like that sometimes? Because you have to talk with everybody
Yeah.
involved in the telecast, don't you?
Yeah, we kind of like to call it organized chaos, and then our room upstairs, the PA booth, is kind of the nerve center as well. But yeah, between coordinating with the part-time camera crew that I mentioned, the broadcast crew, making sure the broadcast is set, I've got a headset talking to all those people. We're kind of putting 2 shows on at once, so that's chaos enough between the broadcast, and then once that third out is made, we have to flip to the in-game ballpark show. So there's a lot of moving parts there. We also have radios to talk to our promo core crew, which is ran by Morgan Olson, and other marketing folks. So coordinating with the games between innings, any other important announcements we have to make, whether it's weather delays or if somebody needs to turn the lights off in their car in the parking lot, just different things like that. There is always something going on and always something new every night at the ballpark we see. But yeah, just you asked Brent about the challenges. That's kind of the challenge at the same time, and it's the fun too. But with having a live production, you don't know what's going to happen on the field. But same with the broadcast, you just kind of got to do your best to roll with it and tackle the things as they come.
I'm probably going to get slapped for asking this next question, and either or both of you can answer it. How do the 2 of you, you each have specific responsibilities, but what's it like, to some degree, working with each other, husband and wife?
I think it's a huge plus. I think we have a lot of the common interests. Obviously, baseball is a big part of that, a big part of our family now, but it's also nice to have somebody who can relate with what you do, the ins and outs, and also the hours, which can be a challenge of our job. So I think it's a huge plus. We don't work as directly day in and day out, so there is a little bit of buffer, which
Right. I think that helps a little bit too, being in different departments.
Yeah.
Like there are some days we might see each other walking in and then we don't see each other till we're walking out.
Right.
But it's nice, especially on the schedule, because we do
Yeah.
work kind of a crazy, maybe non-typical schedule. So it works kind of day by day, week by week, balancing family life with baseball life and that kind of thing.
Yes, which I have to give a shout out to my parents, because I know Dad's
Yes.
a big
Yeah.
listener too, but we could not do what we do without the help from them. They are season ticket holders and also bring our little guy out to the games. So
I think he's been at 23 games this year, I've
Yeah.
so far.
yeah, so we kind of make it work. It seems crazy from April through August, but it works for us, our crazy lifestyle. So.
It's so much fun to get to chat, and I just hope that our listeners get a little better idea, and that's one of the reasons why we're talking to a lot of the staff members, because, and we've said it before, this is a family here at Parkview Field.
Yeah.
And everyone gets along, they like each other, they work well together, and no better example than the 2 of you who met and fell in love, and you have the same employer, and you have different responsibilities, but you have a lot of fun doing it. So kudos to you for that. Thanks for giving us a little bit of time. Good luck with number 2 coming up soon.
Appreciate it, yeah.
And continue the great work that you've done here with the Tin Caps and with Parkview Field.
Yeah, we love working here. We love who we work for, so that's a big help too. We appreciate you talking to us, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for having us. It's not really work if you enjoy what you do, right?
No truer words are ever spoken. That's Brent and Melissa Harring. We'll take a break, come back with more in a moment on the Tin Caps Radio Network.
Podcasts by Federated Media.